Hello, my name is Michelle. I'm a mom of 12 kids, if you don't know already. And I have baby number 13 on the way. I currently have 9 boys, 3 girls, and this next baby is another girl, so we can use another one for the team. Right now, I'm just putting together my 6-week prenatal formula because I hadn't done it yet. Been busy taking care of my kids. And I'm to the point where if I don't do it now, what's the point in doing it? So I went to the midwife yesterday, and she was happy that the baby's still head down. So was I. I knew she was, though. And everything's on track. Everything looks good. Baby sounds great. So it's awesome. I apologize for the extra noise. Normally I'm in my room and I can shut the door. But today we're where all the action happens. I'm missing a couple, Blackheart. CK, I'm missing Bayberry Bark and False Unicorn because they don't sell that at Herbally Grounded anymore, and I'm not sure where I can even find it, so I'm a little ticked off about that. So I'm having to use my old one, but it's still good. It's just probably not as potent, so I'll have to take a little more. Whatever. It makes me so mad. But I've got my 2 boys in here working on dinner. They're so sweet. We're having homemade burritos tonight. Love those. And my husband just took my teenager to Smart Night, where he can brush up on his algebra because he's struggling with the lesson, and we couldn't find anything we needed on the computer, so we thought we'd try there, see if they could help us out. We'll see. And then I got my morning routines done. I did good today. Had to rush his son off to an appointment. We came home, did school later in the day, started at noon. We broke for lunch for half an hour, quick lunch. We took turns doing lunch, like different times eating. And then I had to take my other son to get his physical for his mission papers, which we're really excited about. He'll get to put those in after he graduates this spring. Pretty excited about that. And then CK just dropped off then I went with my husband because now that he's got his second job, he's been there long enough, he'll be able to get a secondary insurance. So we're pretty excited about that. That'll take some of the heat off the cash flow, and they'll cover more of that for us. So that'll be great. We can add the rest of our kids on there because he hasn't been in the operating engineers for a while. And then when I got home, I was surprised the CK had dropped a bunch of things off for me to sort through, and so I did real quick just to get it over with. Otherwise I might put it off for a week or so, and I always feel bad about that. So I did, and that was fun. My daughter wanted to do it too. She wanted to help. She's so cute. But the baby is supposed to be over 6 pounds. I'll know when I go to the doctor next week. I didn't get to go to him this week. We're kind of tight on funds right now, and they want their co-pays, man, and their co-pays are not. Are their co-pays low? No, they're in the 200s. So I'm kind of annoyed by that. That's one bad thing about having babies when you're older, is that your perinatologist costs double, and you're expected to pay. But remember, I just started with him the last week, one week in December, and I hadn't even found him yet. I didn't find him till January after my other appointment. So it's not like I even knew I was going to have to pay all this. So that part's kind of annoying. And thank you. And a lot of people are really good at saving and having all this, but we're doing Gazelle and Dave Ramsey style and trying to get out of debt. We're thinking we'll be out of debt by the end of this year. That's pretty good because my husband's kicking butt, working double time. We'll just have our house to pay off. So that'll be good, but, we'll see. But for now, we're just trying to deal with one baby at a time, and that's where we are. So I got me a big old bump today. Can you see it? It's definitely growing. And she's enjoying her comfort in there, and I pat her butt a lot of times to make sure she's still happy, head down, and she seems to not be fighting it, but boy, am I growing. I mean, you look at my pictures just from last week or the week before, you can see it's almost doubled in size, and that's what I mean. That last month, you know I'm pregnant, there's no doubt. That belly is round. It's not just flubber. But I've had this capsule maker for, geez, I don't know, probably 25 years. And I've had it forever, and then I make my own capsules. I just loaded them all. I just take these gelatin capsules. Can you see those pretty good? I don't know. Gelatin capsule, you just take it apart and load the tray. And I knew about that because when I was a little girl, my mom used to have ulcers, and they told her to take cayenne pepper for those. So she would load, she didn't have a loader. She just would scoop it and put it in the capsules, and I watched her do that. So I was familiar with that before I was even married and had kids. And then, what else was I going to tell you? Oh, there's always something going on. Somebody hurt somebody. But then I'll just load it. I'll just take a measuring cup, take a scoop of the formula I already put together, and then just shake it on here. I don't know that I meant to give you a tutorial on this today, but shoot, why not, right? It's just fun. The powder definitely gets to you. But see, you just fill it up and start filling in those capsules. I just take a credit card of some sort and just start stuffing it in, going back and forth until they're all packed. But one thing I was going to tell you is I finally got my calendars done. And, you know, I just took them all and I loaded them up with our family birthdays. You know, January's almost over. That's how bad I was. But, you know, we've got different birthdays and activities going on. Some months are more busy than others. You know, birthdays and anniversaries and holidays. So I just kind of prep that, and then I'm going to hang those in their rooms tonight or in the morning. And it's just kind of fun for the kids. It gives them something to look forward to, and they get excited when they know someone's birthday's coming up. And I check every month to make sure they've switched it. And that way they can stay current on the holiday that we're at and the thing. And we just were talking about it, that my husband and I this year, we're going to be celebrating 30 years of marriage. Can you believe that, as young as we are? That's crazy, huh? I feel bad I didn't adjust myself before I got on here, whatever. But yeah, so things are good, and I'm really excited about the baby. I'm not nervous at all. I'm really actually very excited. I'm excited about everything that's going to go down, everything that's going to take place. We're prepared for all the risks. We're prepared for everything we need to look into. So that's exciting. And let's see. She's supposed to be about the size of a head of romaine lettuce, or a head of lettuce, whatever, and leaf lettuce, something like that. And I'm just like, well, I can feel that her bum is up here and her head's clear down here, so she's about that big. So yeah, about the size of lettuce. Hi, baby. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But I'll just keep making these capsules. Y'all have any questions about this week or what's coming up, anything you don't know, just let me know, and I will do my best to answer that. Will you get me one of the bowls from the pantry?
Yes.
Cereal bowls? Forgot to get a bowl ready. Well, thank you for being here. There's probably one over here. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share if you know anybody who wants it, but being 36 weeks pregnant means I only have 4 weeks to go. But I say plus or minus 5 days, so we'll see. There's a lot of good things. This is we're almost done with January, which means I can just focus all my time on the baby. I'm really excited about that. So I just wanted to touch base with you today, check in with you and let you know that. And then I usually don't have this much left over. Oh, there's the card. So I'll just take some of this excess, put it back in a bowl, and I'll just leave some excess on there and kind of evenly distribute it. And this is the fun part, is putting all these caps on. a trick I learned is that it's easier if you if you don't, if you line up the capsules. I'll show you. Each capsule I lined up with the ones on the counter, just like that, so that they can for sure have the lid on it. So that's what I'm doing right now. Hopefully they'll fit just right, and I don't have to worry about anything. I did a little bit smaller capsules this time just because I just did the zeros, because I've had a hard time getting pills down when I have to take so many different things. So and they're just stubborn today. Good thing I lined them up. Jeez. But sometimes they're misformed, and they're misformed together, but not misformed with a different one. So it's kind of important for me to keep them like that. Some people say it doesn't matter, and they're right, because sometimes it doesn't. But sometimes you really wish you did, because